Hello, everyone. Has anybody noticed that the left in this country has become anti-American? I haven't heard one member of Congress, except for maybe John Fetterman, praising the U.S. Air Force. If you listen to the mainstream media, it's as if they're on the side of Iran. Oh, the the bunker busters didn't take out the nuke sites. Look at it like this: our military has better intelligence than CNN or MSNBC. And John Fetterman, even though he voted against the big beautiful bill, um, at least I saw on Fox News, at least he praised our military. And like I've seen people, okay, certain people with what's going on in this country. Oh, nobody's in illegal on stolen land. Then I was reading a post from someone. Okay, when you're being inundated with all this American Fourth of July brouhaha, don't forget what you're celebrating is the fact that a bunch of slave-owning aristocratic white males didn't want to pay their taxes. I mean, this country has become so anti-American. It is actually pathetic. Those on the left. Okay, the stock market's hit new highs. Unemployment is down even more. Hey, be charming. More jobs were created than projected. I don't see prices going up on anything with the tariffs. What I was reading today, Trump for the midterms, the platform of Trump and the Republicans are going to be to abolish all federal income taxes. This country, and I think there's stuff in the big beautiful bill that is the start of abolishing the Federal Reserve System and central banks. We're probably going to see another market crash. All these economists were saying, oh, Trump's going to crash the economy. And like I said, the stock market has all new highs. All these people panicked. NVIDIA hit a new high this past week. Microsoft was close to getting to $500 a share. Oil stocks are down a little, but they're going to be up. I know they are. But it annoys me. Hi, Grace. Reading comments from people I know on Facebook, Grace, the left in this country has just become so anti-American. People, people don't realize those on the left, family members, they probably don't even know I have a YouTube channel. The comments they make on Facebook, nobody. The thing I've noticed the past few years is the liberals hate the military. If it wasn't for the military, we wouldn't have our independence. A lot of people, kids in school, are not taught the correct history of this country. All they hear about is slavery. The first slaves in this country, look at it like this: in Africa, who caught the slaves? Black people. They sold the black people to to, uh, to, to pirates, and then they sold some of the. You figure out a lot of the pirates were Muslims, and the slaves were sold then to people in Great Britain. The first slave owners in this country were black people. They weren't even white people. If you do enough research and history, look at it like this: the population of the world, which was really the biggest enslaved, were the Israelites. They were enslaved by the Egyptians. You don't hear anyone on the left talking about that. It's like slavery is over in this country, except for you could say that we're all slaves to our government, the IRS. I'm actually, I'll tell you, Grace, it's factual. I actually sent my sister a message on Facebook tonight with stuff I found that I copied and pasted, and the message didn't even get sent. You figure if Trump can eliminate federal income taxes, is any Democrat going to really want to vote for another Democrat? There's stuff in the big beautiful bill that I think is going to involve tearing down the Federal Reserve and the central banking system. I don't think I have enough viewers or subscribers, Grace, to really get much of a strike. But I appreciate, hey, Grace, you're a very nice woman. I appreciate looking out for me and be charming too. Um, but the thing is, it's just like you look at what's going on over in Africa. There's just civil wars going on all over the place, and I think everybody knows what's going on. But it makes me like it is just so pathetic how so many on the left have become anti-American. You know, Columbus Day, it's an Indigenous People Day. It's not Indigenous People Day, it's Columbus Day. You know, if Christopher Columbus hadn't discovered America, none of us would be here right now. And I think because it was the 4th of July, Bushcraft didn't go live tonight. I tried doing this on YouTube, but YouTube won't recognize the camera, and then maybe I would have done better not showing my face, just doing it without the camera. Um, Has anybody else noticed this with the liberals? How they've just become so anti-American in this country? You know, the original, you figure the people that fought for this country, okay, they were the farmers basically, and the lawyers. A lot of people left Philadelphia and New York City when the Revolutionary War started. A lot of kids aren't taught proper history. The people that owned the firearms were the farmers, the hunters, the fishermen. Most of the people in the city had no skills except for, yeah, those types of skills. The people in the city, made things and sold things. They were more of the merchant class. A lot of them went back to Great Britain when the Civil War broke out. Yeah, they are communists. Um, a lot of people think, I'll tell you, with this big, beautiful bill being passed, I think we're going to see some major escalation with uprisings in the city. I'll tell you, my biggest concern, yeah, trappers too. My biggest concern is the people that are here. And I think one of their biggest targets would be the power grid. And God forbid they would try to do like a 9/11 event with an airplane and crash an airplane into these nuclear power plants, because that would create such a disaster. Actually, I knew a guy there's hardly anybody left around here trapping, Grace. When I was a teenager, there was a farmer, Sherman Havener. He had 200 acres of ground in Worcester. He used to trap. He died close to maybe close to 20 years ago. There's hardly anybody left in this area that's doing any trapping. But look at it like this. The only people in this country that are proud of their country are people on Trump's side. I've read comments from certain family members on Facebook, and some of these people now, okay, they're talking about moving to Europe. If somebody moves to one of these European countries, you got to turn over all your tax returns. And I think in some countries, you have to pay 10% of what your total wealth is just to live in that country. And they don't realize that. These people, if people see what's going on I read over in Great Britain, okay, allegedly they're gonna say that they're being attacked by Russia and try to fake a civil war. Women are being assaulted in Great Britain and Germany and other countries, and the mainstream media is basically just hiding all the evidence. They won't. They're not reporting this on any TV station at all I've seen. I see more stuff being reported on YouTube channels. Yeah, back when the slavery was going on, there were trappers, I know. I think everybody knows who everybody is. The reason people are on certain channels has to do with a lot of things. Yeah, I know there's a big flood out in Texas. Well, the thing is, Grace, I like to watch ABC News and Fox News just to see what they're saying. And then I saw a YouTube video with Judge Napolitano with another guy claiming that Israel's losing the war. They don't have control of Iranian airspace or their own airspace. And who knows what we can believe. Now, who is Pat? Pat's out there, you said, Grace? But I think in the next 2 weeks, there's going to be something that brings this nation to its knees. We thought it was going to happen earlier, but I think it's upcoming. I think tomorrow stuff's going to escalate in the cities. You figure the U.S. aid money, from what I've been reading, allegedly, only 10% of it was going to its intended purpose. Now that their money supply is being cut off by law, look at it like this. There's so much stuff in the big, beautiful bill. I've only read excerpts of it. So much of their money supply is cut off that they're not going to have the money to pay these protesters. Now, who is Pat B. Charming? I don't think you're talking about Bonnie. Okay, there's too many channels to keep track of, really. I know I saw Texas had about a foot of rain today. Um, we've had a lot of rain around here, but it's better than a drought, is how I look at it. What really hurt the trees this year was the day it got to 101 degrees. They had a big to do on the local TV channels where they said it was 100, then they revised it to 101. Then if you go to someone, oh, Pat Evans, okay. Yeah, I recognize Pat Evans' name. I've seen Pat Evans in people's chat. I hate to tell everyone, I almost wish people wouldn't show up and chat and just watch this later, because I do better when I'm with other people, but that's okay because I know you guys. Okay, I didn't know Italy got 25 foot of rain. And my son, he's in Burbank, California. And I may have said it on somebody's channel because I'll tell you, I've had people tell me that, oh, if your son has a successful career in the entertainment business, he probably took the deal. The group he is with used to be a Christian rock group called the Devil Wears Prada. If you go to Wiki, they came up with that name years before the movie. They were making fun of the term Prada and how people worship materialistic things. And my son went to a memorial service in LA today because one of the guys who used to be in the Devil Wears Prada died. That plane crash, my son knew all those guys a few weeks ago because the former drummer of the Devil Wears Prada was one of the guys in the band. Yeah, and Grace, you know what's going on with the weather? I'll tell you, I watched the Paul Begley show when Mike from Around the World is on it. When I get a chance on Thursday nights, Mike from Around the World, I figured out who he is. I'm not going to say who he is. He's a filmmaker. If you do a search, you can find what the guy looks like. I think he's genuine. Mike from Around the World has been predicting that we're going to see thunderstorms that act more like hurricanes, where there was a tornado warning in northern Montgomery County, Upper Hanover Township, near Reading, Boyertown, Valley. They had straight line winds. Hey, Julie, I don't know you. Where Mike from around the world's predicted that we're going to see these rivers of rain appear, and he thinks eventually what's going to happen is the whole area is going to see a drought. Mike from Around the World predicted that the whole state of Georgia is just going to be a muddy mess this year, and then the rain's going to stop. Yeah, I was a little busy today. Today's my wife's 61st birthday, and we were doing some cleaning up in the house. I cleaned out a bunch of junk in the garage because we've had a problem with mice getting under the garage door, and we don't want them in the house. So we have stuff in the garage. Look like this. We lived here since 2002. We got all this. We decided anything we don't need, we got to get rid of. The people just collect stuff. It's like you get a box delivered with something, and you save the box in case you need it for something else. We just have too much junk in the house. What do you mean you better be sorry? What do you mean, Julie? You figure there's parts of the country where they've had like 80, 90 mile an hour winds, or that just isn't normal. I've never seen you before, Julie. Somebody called you a junkie? I don't know anything about that. Yeah, I know, Grace, because when I was in the garage today, I thought I'm gonna have to get new blades for the rotary tiller. Um, I have attached to one of my Kubotas, and I found all these blades I forgot I had. Well, I don't know if you're a hussy or not. That's between you and me, Charmin, Julie. I don't get involved with anybody's. If I see people in chat disagreeing, I try to stay out of it. It's like I've been on people's channels. I wish everyone I've ever met well, and even those who have passed on. Well, I just wanted to, put my 2 cents in about how the left has become anti-American. I'm surprised everybody's upset late. Well, you guys are as bad as me. Yeah, I think I said earlier, Bushcraft was talking about going live tonight, but I think because it was the 4th of July, he didn't. I don't know if 101, the Second Dawn, is going to go live tomorrow night or not. Hey, Bushcraft, what's up? I decided just to do a little live stream tonight because I miss Minder. So I'm not going to repeat what I said earlier, but I'm just sick of the anti-American sentiment on the left in this country. Plus, Holly's been a nervous wreck. More fireworks. This isn't even professional. Actually, I don't even go outside. Hi, Bambi. I don't even go outside. We can just look at the kitchen glass sliding door. Hey, happy 4th, everyone. Well, tell you, it's almost 11:30. So I'm gonna end it. I just wanted to get my point across. I do better with other people, but then if you have too many people on a panel, you don't want people talking over each other. Bushcraft isn't begging for money, Julie Etheridge. I don't know who you are, but I don't have the YouTube window up. Actually, I'm gonna have to do that. You know what? I can probably do that. Because I don't like people doing stuff like that. I gotta get to the YouTube page. Bushcraft had a GoFundMe page when his the tree came down on his neighbor's property. He wasn't begging for money. Okay, in order to mod you, I gotta get to YouTube, Grace. Because I've never really had a troll on here. Let's see here. Let's see. Now, I haven't done this on YouTube in so long, I forget how to do it. I'm waiting for the chat to show up. Let's see. Yeah, I haven't done this on YouTube in so long, I forget how to. Let's see. I gotta turn the volume down on YouTube. Let me just see here. I gotta figure out how to make. Okay. So I gotta find Bushcraft. Let's see. Trying to figure out. Let's see. Okay, I made Bushcraft the moderator. I'm gonna make Beach Warming a moderator too. Okay. I hate when people come into a show like this and I don't even know and have to act like that. Okay, I did mod you, Grace. I can always go back and mod other people. Hi, Annalise and Miss Minder. So The fact that somebody came in here and started, okay, saying not nice things about other people. Okay, I can see Grace is a mod now. Yeah, hey, you know what it is, Bushcraft? I've told you guys before. People that do shit like this have low self-esteem and they have nothing better to do. When I go on a channel, I like to get my point across. If I can help people in some ways, hey Lisa Parker, I can. Yeah, thanks for having Lauren. Yeah, happy 4th of July. Well, I know, Grace, you're not a pig. Good to see you, Miss Mindersue. Okay, I'm gonna end the show in a second. I was gonna do this earlier since Bushcraft didn't go live. But then the fireworks had Holly all stirred up. Well, hopefully we can all get together tomorrow night over 101s. Yeah, Bambi, it's like, Holly was actually pretty good. She actually put herself upstairs. She was pacing earlier and she's smart. She went into the hallway, which is in the center of the upstairs. Grace, we basically cleaned out the garage. I did a lot of burning. Tomorrow, I'm going to do some mowing with the tractor. My wife's going to hold the funnel so I can, okay, when I change the transmission fluid on the Kubota, takes two people. My wife's going to hold the funnel after I drain the fluid, and I'm going to pour the super UDT fluid in the transmission with a 5-gallon bucket. I'll let you guys take care of Nathaniel B. Is calling Bushcraft not nice things. Hi, Vicky Sorrells. Nathaniel, you're not a nice person. Actually, people that say shit like this, if somebody has the money, they could file a defamation of character lawsuit against someone for making false accusations. Believe me, I know attorneys. I've been in lawsuits involving the neighbors trying to shut my tree farm down and stop me from shooting deer for crop damage. If somebody sues, so I know people that have sued people like me just to run up a legal bill. Something like a defamation case is harder to prove, especially with litigation out of state. A person could put someone through production of documents and oral interrogatories, and if somebody sues someone for defamation of character, you can spend $30,000. People don't realize it. Calling people shit like this is serious business. I know it's sickening, Miss Mindersue. Well, before any more trolls come up, I'm going to end the show. Yeah, I know weeds come up just like in the driveway. We have like 80 foot of macadam at the end of the driveway. Yeah, I know, Bambi. The lefties aren't happy at all. Well, thanks everybody for showing up. Have a good night. God bless everyone.